Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the All American Savage Show podcast. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the man with the plan, the Rolex wearing, limousine ride. I forget the whole spiel.
That's right, brother.
That's right. No, that was Macho Man. I was doing Ric Flair though. 2 hand claps and woo, Ric Flair. Yeah. Hey, great news out there. They unpublished my Facebook page. Over 600,000 followers today. Apparently, Facebook said, "Hey, you're a big meanie head. Stop talking about trans people. You banned." So I just lost a page of about 600,000 followers. And honestly, I just don't fucking care. I don't fuck Facebook. I don't give a shit about you. I really don't. I wish I could say what I really hope happens to them, but I can't because then I will get in some serious trouble on social medias. Probably get put on an FBI watch list and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But yep, that's why you're not seeing the Facebook. This actually happened when we were doing the last podcast show, the Uvalde one, breaking that down. Mm-hmm. That's when they unpublished it.
When 2 police officers were talking about it.
When 2 police officers with very big expertise in these fields were discussing this and walking us through play by play, minute by minute. Facebook didn't like that. So I was like, what the hell? So I went and I looked at it today because we've been busy with some other stuff. And it's like, oh, it says your page has been unpublished for violating terms of services. Oh, please elaborate more. Where do we violate them? Like where? Please, pray tell, please. Weird. I feel like I should care about something like that because, that is part of the business of Shell Shock. It has helped us make sales, but I'm tired of walking on eggshells for these people. I think they are some of the worst, disgusting human filth on this planet. When they sit there and they allow things on their platform like drag queen story hour for children, transgenderism for children. I'm sorry. I find your company, your organization, I hope it goes tits up. I hope very bad, violent things befall you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do not care about you people. I never will. I find you lower than just snake shit in a rut. I really do.
That's low.
That's low. It's pretty fucking low.
Much lower than that.
It's pretty fucking low. So for those that don't know, by the way, we are going to continue the streams over on the other YouTube page. This is the link to it. This is my actual All American Savage Show YouTube page. You can check that out. We're streaming to the main YouTube page today, which you haven't seen the most recent John Ross video. It is now live. It's how to paint like Elon Musk.
Pretty good.
It's really good. We got some really good feedback on it. A lot of comments, but you can go check that out. But this is going to be the last day we stream to this YouTube channel. We're going to be streaming to the All American Savage YouTube channel from now on because, again, we've got 301,000 followers on the John Ross one. I don't want to risk losing that one because that's where we put all the John Ross content. It's funny. It's good. So this podcast is very offensive. It's a very offensive podcast to them. And it's only going to get worse.
It's savage.
It's a savage podcast.
That's right.
God forbid
it's
the truth.
It's in the name.
It's in the name. I mean,
it's
come
right
on.
There.
They allow it. They allow it. So I don't know. But we'll have to see. And I appreciate all that love and support. But yeah, they're not letting us do it on Facebook. It is what it is. We tried, we tried putting some information out there and they're just like, whoa. You mean you have some issues with the LGBT community, specifically the T? I was like, yeah, I do. Well, we're not going to tolerate that. Happy Pride Month, you gay fascists.
We can't have that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So anyway, if you're not following the new YouTube channel, just look up the All American Savage Show podcast. It'll populate. Give it a follow. We got like 5.8 thousand followers over there. And again, you can listen to the podcast wherever podcasts are listened to, on the Podbane app, iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud. It's there. The podcast is there. And hey, look, I also wanted to say, I was really worried with what was going on in Uvalde. Because at first, I was like, this doesn't seem right. Because I remember in that episode we discussed it. I was like, I kind of reserved judgment on this one. I don't feel right about this. 19 officers, and I've said before, you don't see cowardice exist in groups. You see it in onesies and twosies. You don't see it in groups. Never have I seen that. I was like, so 19 officers for 40 minutes didn't go in. I was like, this does not make sense. This doesn't make sense to me. Well, if you listen to the last episode we did with my friends Pete and Dan, who are officers that are certified in this is what they do, we break down this whole horrific experience minute by minute, literally according to the AP report, a timeline of the minute. And this is the thing that's driving me nuts right now. Tulsi Gabbard is going hard in the paint on this one, and it's pissing me off. Of saying, she's playing the right now, there's a lot of people who are dead, and police should be held. It's like, Tulsi, you're buying into this.
Yeah.
The very same people that have been demonizing the media, saying you're spreading false information, misinformation, fake news, suddenly with Uvalde, now you're eating it up.
Yeah.
You're eating it up. Now the police union has come out, and I know police unions can't be trusted because they're always going to look out for the best interests of their officers, but even the police union is saying, wait a minute, there is massive misinformation being pushed out to the masses by law enforcement and public agencies and politicians. Here's the crazy part. If you look at the play-by-play police report and you see by the minutes, there is no way you can sit there and say they waited outside for 40 minutes. It's impossible. Because it even says within 5 minutes of the shooter making entry into the school, there were 3 cops up in there exchanging gunfire, which forced him to barricade.
Right.
And then everybody's like, well, what about doing? It's like, you don't get it. Like, you're not reading, you're not listening. And that's why I conducted the interview. It's like, look, and at the beginning I said, if new evidence comes to light and the timeline changes and it, this is false, then I will make a public apology. I will say, look, we were wrong, but this is what is truth. And for right now, this is what's truth. This is what is not.
Yeah.
And people, oh my God, in the Instagram comments, on the YouTube, well, they could have done this, they could have done that. You're telling me that you as an individual, majority of which you people have never breached the door, you people have never dealt with this, you know better than all of these officers in a collective group, to include BORTAC, the Border Patrol operations guys that showed up. You know better than them? Interesting.
I think Dan and
Pete nailed it.
Pete,
they did.
Brought up an excellent point about how the doors open into the hallway. They don't go into the classroom, and they do that on purpose. And
exactly. Yeah.
There are expertise on this matter.
They could have used the hooligan tool, and they're like, well, the hooligan wasn't biting. They couldn't. So they said, we have to get a key. And then I have friends like, well, why couldn't they get the key faster? It's like, oh, because it's a perimeter of screaming parents going nuts, everybody shouting. Cops are like, okay, well, who's getting the key? Go get the key. Go find the person who's got the key. What's their name? It's not that simplistic. Everyone is literally armchair quarterbacking this. They're saying, well, it should be that simple. Well, then you go do this. Let's put you in that environment and see how you operate. Now, I'm not saying bad calls weren't made. I don't know. But the fact is that we are jumping on this so fast. And if potentially those officers did do it by the book and did do the right thing, you're throwing them under the bus.
Yeah.
And the very same people that have followed me for years now is like, oh, you're just being a bootlicker. It's like, really? I remember all throughout, and this is what I love about listeners sometimes, or Instagram followers. It's like all throughout COVID, I demonized those officers that enforced those unconstitutional, tyrannical lockdowns. Like, fuck you and your badge.
Yep.
But when you come out and you support them, even, if they are right, well, you're just being a bootlicker. It's like, no, those officers went into a hail of gunfire. 2 were wounded. Well, 3 technically. And you're wanting to throw them under the bus?
By now,
what the fuck?
Everybody should be on to the legacy media coming out and their false reports, just saying whatever.
Yep, whatever they want.
Whatever comes across their desk, they're going to say it.
And they're not going to retract it. They're going to put a small little story at the bottom of a page like, oh, we were wrong here. Meanwhile, they are doing so much. Because again, we talked about this in that episode. Those officers are getting death threats. Their families are being threatened. They're having to pull in officers from surrounding agencies to come help them. This is insane. And so now
there's more hate towards them than
the shooter.
Murderer.
Yeah. But just like, what the fuck? But everybody and their mom, dude, I see so many kids. Why couldn't they just tie it off to a trailer hitch? Like, how do you know how far into the school they were?
Yeah.
What about windows? Do you know that room had windows in it?
Yeah.
You don't know anything, but you're just like, why couldn't they do this? What? Because you don't know. Yeah. And you're telling me that this group of officers was so inept. There were a bunch of Keystone cops like, maybe there's a window. We're not going to do that. Let's go through the door. They're that stupid? Well, in their minds, they are, because this lie has been perpetrated by the media for so long now that good cops, potentially good cops, are getting an unfair rap. This doesn't make sense to me. Now, here's the thing. If the evidence comes out, pending this investigation saying they did do the wrong thing, then I agree with everybody. But what happened to err on the side of caution? Give them the investigation. So now the most current thing, these politicians are jumping all over, and everybody else is like, well, then why aren't they cooperating with freaking people? Are you, like, it's like some of you people out there that listen, that follow, that comment, do you see the shit that you write? Why aren't they cooperating? If you're getting drugged through the mud and you're being demonized and exiled and ostracized from everything unjustly, what's the first thing they say if a cop pulls you over and you feel like you're being unjustified or unjustly targeted? Shut the fuck up and talk to a lawyer. They're doing the same thing. But because of people's cognitive dissonance and the bias they're already, projecting on these officers, they're not thinking critically. They're not thinking with a clear head. Oh, they just must be trying to cover something up. No, they're going into protection mode now. These guys are receiving threats. They're trying to put heads on pikes. Even the freaking DPS walk back their statements. Said, nope, we got it right. We're walking that back. Because what they're also not understanding is, why is leadership saying conflicting reports? Because leadership is wrong. Leadership should have shut the fuck up. Because leadership did not have all the facts. And right now, the public And the MSM are screaming for blood. We want answers now. And I get that. It makes sense to me. And leadership is trying to appease them.
Yeah.
But what they did was more damage than good. Until you have all the facts, until the investigation's complete, shut your mouth.
That's what social media has done.
That's what social media has created.
Everybody wants the answers
Now.
right now because
Yes.
that's how everything is done. Yeah, you need the answer right now. So it's put these people in. Imagine what those cops,
Imagine what they're feeling like right now.
especially going into a classroom and seeing that
Yeah.
terrible scene
Yeah.
stained on their brains
Yeah.
for life. I mean, I can't imagine. Not just like what the parents
Yeah.
had to go through. And Pete brought up another good point is you can't have these parents running in there
Exactly.
and then seeing.
And come to find out, more news got released. The woman that like managed to get in there, get her kid, was on the opposite side of the school.
Yeah.
On the completely opposite side of the school. Those little details matter. Whether these people don't want to acknowledge that or not, those details matter. It's not like she ran into the classroom they were trying to breach and got her kid and got out. Like
cross gunfire and
yeah, like she wasn't even on the same side of the school. That matters.
yeah.
But hey, far be it from anybody else out there to say, wait a minute, guys, let's reserve some judgment on this one. No. And that's what kills me about all these political influencers, every single one almost, demonize these officers like without any due process. It was like, well, hey, if the MSM that we've been combating for years says it's true, well, then, it must be true. What?
It's gotta
What?
be true.
It's got to be true.
Hey.
Because the MSM's not, well, the MSM isn't lying on this one. Because then one dude I got into the comments was like, so you're saying like the police union isn't lying either? I was like, dude, they could all be lying right now, but what do the facts say?
Yeah.
What do the facts say? According to the police reports and the timeline, this crap of the 40 minutes standing around is not true. And it's proven through the gunfire exchange. It's proven through the barricade. It's proven through all this. The breakdown was when they were trying to breach the damn door.
Yeah.
And then everybody becomes a door breaching. That's why I wish we had so much money. If I had all the money in the world, this is just me, John, dreaming out loud. Every single one of these commenters, I'd be like, I'm going to fly you into this training facility. We're going to set that door up the exact same way, and we're going to see what you do, and you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. You better figure it out. Let's see how well you breach that door.
And we're going to shoot paintballs at you.
And we're going to shoot paintballs at the door. No, there's going to be an active shooter on the other side putting rounds against that metallic door that you're about to try and go through. Let's see how you respond on that. Oh, by the way, here's a hooligan tool. Try and use it. See if it works. Well, I can't get it to bite in. Oh, well, then now you know what the officers are going through. It's not so simplistic, is it? Oh, by the way, if you want to get a key, you're going to have to run, a quarter mile outside into a panicked group of screaming adults that are running and screaming left and right and try and find a single key, not knowing who holds that key. Good luck. Go make it happen. Now, again, I'm not justifying these officers. I don't know. But I guess according to what we're actually seeing, the reports, it's like there is something here that needs to be investigated because the thing is, if the officers are guilty and it turns out, which I don't think it's true, that they did sit on their ass, they're wrong. But if it comes out like, look, there were issues in breaching that door, then they're right. They did everything within their power to do. I just don't get 19 officers all in one unison to include BORTAC team. And again, it was also, these are the common little details that the press is picking up and lying to the people. It was not a single Border Patrol agent that went in. That was proven wrong.
Yeah.
It was proven wrong. Even one of the officers on the ground did an interview and said they are being grossly misrepresented by the media. Nobody's paying attention to that.
Why do you think that is?
Because the media got a clickbait title and they ran with it because the leadership didn't shut up.
I mean, I kind of feel like it goes back to defunding the police.
100%. Well, that's another thing that got brought up. Is
Any
like,
chance
why
they get
didn't
to demonize police officers or try to set them up to make it look like
absolutely.
they don't know what they're doing?
Because right now, Democrats get a gun control talking point,
control.
and then you get an anti-police talking point. 100%. If you think they're not looking at this through that lens, you're 100% mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
But now this brings up the point that most civilians don't understand. It's like, well, why couldn't they have those types of gear in their cars, patrol cars? Well, number one, they got to be trained on it. That costs money. Number two, you got to buy the equipment. That costs money. Number three, you've been wanting to defund them for years now.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Yep.
And like, why doesn't a beat cop know room entry and clearing procedures? Because that requires training.
Yeah.
That requires a lot of training. And that's why they have specialty units that do that, because patrol, that's not their job. Patrol's job is not to do special entry. They're beat cops. SWAT is used for that. But people don't like that. It's like, no, because in their mind, everyone should be a Call of Duty operator. Why didn't he halo in at 30,000 feet altitude and go drill a hole through the top of the roof and just rappel down and shoot? What? It's not the movies, man.
I know, it's Rambo stuff.
But people don't like hearing that because, again, it basically it doesn't give in to their cognitive bias. It doesn't.
Look at the Las Vegas shooter. Like, what do we know about that?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And that's
Because the feds held that back.
That's the FBI. So what is it like? Why is it anytime?
And that
the
factors
FBI
into this too, because
gets
people
into
don't trust these
something-
investigations.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Anytime you get the FBI involved in something, you get zero answers. back.
Laptops go missing.
Laptops
People,
go-
yeah.
Yeah.
Do,
That's,
I did talk to a friend who was on that scene, actually conducted the investigation. For those that don't know, that whole Las Vegas shooting could have been 10 times worse. Because essentially, that guy had a stockpile. It was a 2-room hotel. It was connected by a doorway. In the opposing room, he had a lot more ammunition and a lot more firearms. When he shot through the window apparently created a suction and slammed the door shut. And it was one of those ones you had to get on the other side to get to. So he was limited. So, and also this guy who I'm not going to say who he is or who he worked for, but I met him and we talked and I had to keep it private. He was like, this was not a dude acting alone. He's like, this has something. He's like, it feels like there's something here.
Yeah.
Like this was intentionally backed. I don't know.
right.
He's like, this is not normal. He's like, this is a normal person. No. And the other fact is he had this thing being set up for a while. He was bringing this shit up in suitcases for a long, and it's
That's
all
the
on
only thing
videotapes.
that
It's
they-
all on videotapes.
That we really got to see was him
Yeah.
taking the bell carts up to his room with a bunch of bags.
Yep. Well, don't forget this episode is brought to you by ShellShockCBD.com. Hey, this month, for the month of June, we're running a great deal on the Blueberry Halo 8s.
Yep.
Or Halo, oh my God, Halo
Delta
8s.
8s.
Delta 8s. The Halo gummies. The Blueberry Delta 8 gummies have been marked down to $29.99. That's for the month of June. Blueberry Halo gummies that are 25 milligrams of Delta 8 apiece. That Delta 8 is going to help you relax. It's an appetite increasing product. It's going to help you calm down, especially wonderful with pain management. Now, caveat with this, you will fail a drug test. This is a legal form of THC. It's 25 milligrams. It will get you high. It will get you high.
Yeah, these are good.
These are good.
And they taste good too.
They taste amazing. These are the blueberry.
The blueberries.
$29.99 for a bag of 30. You can't beat that with a brick stick. You can lock it down at ShellShockCBD.com. They are the Delta 8 Halo gummies. Go check it out. You got nothing to lose. A bag of 30 right now is going to cost you $29.99. That's a hell of a deal.
Hell of a deal.
Hell of a deal. So go check that out. ShellShockCBD.com. All right, let's get into the news. Oh my goodness. Would you look at this? Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen admits she was wrong about inflation.
Oh my God.
You don't say.
I thought it was transitory. They said it was transitory inflation.
Hey guys, I was wrong about inflation, but happy Pride Month. That's fucking gay. What the shit nuggets? Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen admitted that she miscalculated the severity of inflation the U.S. economy would experience coming out of COVID-19. Dude, like, oh my God. I'm sitting here. It's like, I don't even have a degree in economy or economics. I'm sitting there. I'm like, wait. And I think the biggest experiences that we've gotten is as business owners, because we understand like the trickle down or the everything impacts like your overhead, your top line. You're like, we get this.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're an economics professor and you're in the White House on the administration, you should know this shit backwards and forwards through
You
last
think?
case studies of, from the 1900s up until now. And you're telling me that you didn't see this coming.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like they put the most qualified people in those positions.
I bet she's trans.
they go
I bet she's a
after-
trans Jewish person or
It's like
some
they're-
shit like
they're
that from
checking
Minority.
boxes,
Yeah.
Checking boxes.
No, I sit here, I do the math, and it looked good. What do you get to do?
Let me just give you, I don't need your resume. Let me just go ahead and give me a spin. Okay. All right.
We need a black lesbian. There it is. You're going to be our new secretary or press secretary. There we go.
What would you say your pronouns are?
Oh my God.
Okay. They, them.
Oh my
I
God.
like it. You're hired.
That's what we do. That's what we do. That's exactly how we do things here.
That is how they do stuff over
And no,
there.
it really is. You're 100% right. It's like what intersectional political boxes can we check on top of a base ass
I'm going to
education?
nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court because she's a black woman.
Are you sure? Because you're not a biologist. How do you know she's a woman?
Just,
Well, she has a vagina. Well, men can have vaginas too.
Joe
NPC breaking down.
Biden craps his pants in front of the press.
Oh my God. Yellen made the acknowledgement during an appearance Tuesday on CNN, a marked reversal from her remarks a year ago, when she described inflation as a small risk and manageable. President Joe Biden has faced sagging poll numbers as consumers have watched their purchasing power shrink in the face of historic inflation. She said, I think I was right. You think? Like, really, lady? You think you were wrong? I think I was wrong then about the path that inflation would take, Yellen told CNN's Wolf Blitzer in the Situation Room. When asked if she was wrong to downplay the risk of inflation, this bores me. Stupid people bore me. The risk of inflation from a year ago. Biden earlier said inflation would be short-lived after Congress early in his presidency signed off on his American Rescue Plan, which includes $1.9 trillion intended to normalize the economy after pandemic-induced shocks. In January, Yellen likened here's the thing. Wait. The pandemic and inflation do not go hand in hand. They do not. In fact, if anything, you're going to see unemployment numbers begin to dip down again. You're going to see more jobs being brought back as far as jobs that were canceled before. Businesses are going to reopen. That's not creating jobs. That's just opening back up what has already been created.
That's getting out of the way.
100%. It's not like saying, I built this house, I moved out of the house, I moved back in, therefore you rebuilt the house. No, the house is already built. You just moved back into it. So Biden does not get to accurately claim, I created, hey man, I created these jobs. No, you didn't, you dumb fuck. No, you did not. And you're lying. You are lying to the American people left and right. Now, the inflation portion of it, that don't get me wrong, the pandemic had a little bit to do with that. Not a lot. The inflation came from him instantaneously on day one, reversing all of these policies that Trump had in play. Mm-hmm. He cancels the Keystone Pipeline. He rejoins the Paris Climate Agreement. He does all of these things that are costing us money. He's printing, 40 billion to Ukraine, more to Ukraine, more to Ukraine. We are devaluing the dollar. This inflation, oh, by the way, federal drilling leases were canceled. Psaki sat there and lied to us. Consumer confidence is at an all-time low in the oil industry. Biden's going to he's trying to put us more on foreign oil. It's going to cost us more. Prices are rising. Yeah, this you cannot sit there and blame the pandemic. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised they weren't trying to put pandemic and Trump.
Yeah, Luke on Instagram sent me a message.
Go ahead and read that. That's interesting. Go ahead.
He said, my best friend was on a crew drilling in Colorado and we're all laid off his first day in office because their permit got revoked.
Oh, that has nothing to do with inflation. Canceled so many jobs.
Yeah, I mean, he shut down the Keystone Pipeline. Mm-hmm. What did they knew what was going to happen.
Biden wants us on foreign oil. You can't argue that because his actions are saying just that.
Yeah,
they're saying just that.
I mean,
we have the ability. Why are they canceling these federal drilling? Why?
I can't say it enough. But these politicians, these scumbag politicians, make money off of this stuff.
100%.
You can't convince me otherwise. Yeah. Why else would they wouldn't want to be America energy independent?
Exactly.
Because they have some sort of cash fund set up over there with. Yeah. Saudi Arabia or wherever they're getting oil from, that they're getting paid from it.
100%. I mean, why else would they be doing it?
Why else?
There's literally no other reason. None.
How are these guys worth hundreds of millions of dollars working these jobs?
But hey, man, fuck you and the little guy. Like, Biden, here's the deal, dude. You're about to die anyway. You got like what, maybe half a year, 1-2 good years left in you. Why do you care about getting richer? You're already set for the rest of your 2 years of your pathetic life.
I know, man.
I just don't get it. But hey, look at the levels of selfishness of this.
They have like 2 or 3 Bidens.
They're probably trying to clone this idiot.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
It's like, we're going to take these stem cells. Oh, but not those. Those are kind of retarded. We should probably no.
It gets every version of a Biden gets a little bit more perverted. So we'll probably
he goes from sniffing kids to like sniffing animals or some shit like that. Like, hey, this monkey butt smells good. Yeah, it smells like dingleberries. I'm gonna snort this. Hey guys, what's up? You kids want some candy? Fucking whack job. Imagine the selfishness of some of these politicians that are perfectly fine with average everyday Americans paying an insane amount for gas while they are pocketing so much money. They don't care about you.
No, they don't.
They sit there on these boxes. Oh, by the way, Nancy Pelosi's husband gets a DUI. Good on you, bud. Good on you. I'd be driving drunk to get away from that bitch either. I mean, me too. Like, yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't killed himself. Can you imagine being married to that? Ugh.
Oh, my God.
Ugh. My penis would go inside of me. Like, absolutely not. No way.
Do you think anything's going to happen to him?
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah. It's in the press. It has to. It has to.
I think the press has to report on it. and then it'll just like disappear.
Probably, yeah.
This is my prediction. It'll just disappear. We'll never hear anything about it. And,
just like with everything, yeah.
and, like he'll pay a little fine and then be on his way. You want
Pay
to know
no
why?
attention to that man behind the curtain.
Because he's a multimillionaire.
Because he's a Pelosi.
Thanks, America.
In January, Yellen likened the act to a vaccine for the American economy, touting how it helped local and state governments respond to the pandemic while slashing child poverty rates and boosting job creation. What? What? What do you, what? Do you hear the shit that is coming out of your mouth? In a statement sent to Newsweek, a Treasury spokesperson said the secretary was pointing out that there have been shocks to the economy that have exacerbated inflation pressures which couldn't have been foreseen 18 months ago, including Russia's decision to invade Ukraine, multiple successive variants of COVID, and lockdowns in China. Bullshit. Bullshit. It could have caused a little bit, but not nearly to the degree that we're facing now. That was on the Biden administration. You don't get out of an inflation-free card on this one. No, the fuck you don't. Your administration botched this. Hardcore. Hardcore.
I wouldn't even say botched. I would say they
Intentionally,
carried out their plan.
Oh, yeah.
They executed it perfectly.
Yep.
Like everything that they're doing isn't by mistake. It's
I agree. And you got to love this because they even said, as she also noted, there has been historic growth and record job creation, and our goal is now to transition to do. You're lying. You're lying again. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, hey, they're going to take some responsibility and say, hey, you know, guys, we kind of fucked up on the inflation, but we still created. No, you didn't. No, you don't. No. That's bad. That's a bad cunt. No. You wash your mouth out with soap, you stupid bitch. No. You did not create jobs. When you are canceling jobs, when you are restricting federal licenses or canceling them, you are destroying jobs. Mm-hmm. When inflation comes in, all right, here we go. Sit down, you little shitheads. Daddy Bark's going to do another lesson for you, okay? When you use, for example, let's use gas. Gas is such an intricate part of our economy, everyone uses it, okay? When you take something like gas, for example, you cancel the Keystone, you basically start outsourcing all this shit. You restrict federal leases. And here's the other thing. Even on leases they didn't freaking restrict, consumer investment confidence is dropping. They are going to pull out because they see that Biden is shutting it down. It'd be like a massive strip mall, okay? And you've got multiple different businesses. And shell shock is on the very end. And one at a time, we start seeing these businesses go under, because the landlord is shutting them down one at a time. What do you think we're going to start doing? Mm-hmm. We're out. We're going. We're leaving. We're going to shut this thing down, stop hemorrhaging money because we know it's coming. Therefore, our investor and consumer confidence is gone. Not consumer, investor confidence is gone. You have, by proxy, ended jobs because of your actions. This is not hard to understand. But the problem is, these people up in the White House think you, the viewer, the listener, are stupid. And to a degree, it's true. There's a lot of fucking idiots out there. Most of them vote Democrat. Some of them vote Republican. I'll give you that. But you cannot sit there and say that you created jobs. You have destroyed jobs. Now, we'll take it a step further. In outsourcing and shutting down so much drilling, outsourcing more oil. What is that doing? It's increasing costs. Russia goes to invade Ukraine. We're buying a lot of oil from Russia. Russia's saying, oh, by you getting involved, we're raising the price. That's on Biden. You didn't have to do this. You did not have to get involved. You didn't. More of this stuff compounds the issue. So as gas prices rise, guess what happens? Now you're going from what was like $1.86, $2 under Trump. Now you're going to $4 or $5 a gallon. Now that means the things in a person's life that they normally buy that are considered to be categorized as extra, excessive, vanity, things that you don't have to have, that shit goes away. Well, let's take Shell Shock, for example. We have cancellations of subscriptions because people are like, hey guys, I love your product, but right now I'm paying $100 a week, $400 a month in gas. Yeah. Your product is $50 or $60. I can't afford that in my budget anymore. Yeah. I can't buy. I'm sorry. So what does that force us to do? Now, either we drop prices, lower our margins, and then we have to start laying people off, or we try and figure out ways, around this.
Or we run for office.
Or we run for office and just fuck it all up.
The highest office in the land.
And then get some of that gas money kickback.
If Joe Biden can become president, I mean...
That was 40 years in the making on that one.
Anybody can do it, right?
But it goes to prove, though, that just the simple inflation of gasoline products in and of itself can cause inflation, can cause job loss. So when they sit there and say they are creating jobs, you are fucking lying.
Yeah.
Companies are laying off. Companies cannot afford to keep the employees they have. They're having to shut down parts of their businesses. They're having to restructure as much as they can because right now, with this inflation, we are hitting a recession. We're hitting a massive recession. Expenditures, job work, or actual work. It's dropping drastically as a result of this. This is economics 101. And they think you, the listener, are stupid on this. So when they sit there and say, oh, I was wrong about inflation, it's actually happening, but we're creating jobs. It doesn't, you don't create jobs with inflation. This doesn't make sense. You're sitting there like, you hear the shit that's coming out of your mouth. It makes no sense. They are gaslighting us on a national level. Like, hey guys, I just shot you in the leg, but I didn't shoot you. You did this to yourselves. Like, but you're holding the gun. The gun did. Yeah, the gun did. Where's Alec? Where's Alec? Come here, you son of a bitch.
I feel like they keep just eventually everybody will tune out because there's no pertinent information that they're giving the public.
You're right. You're 100. Yeah, because I saw that Peter Doocy was just going after the news press secretary. Oh, dude, part of me wants to feel bad for her, but the other part's like, you chose this position. You get what's coming with it. So I'm sorry. You're on your own.
She is a complete and total racist.
She is a moron.
Have you heard any of her?
I have to tune her out. No, what'd you say?
God, dude.
Was this while she was press secretary or before that?
Before.
Go figure. What'd she say?
Just, I mean, her rants about white people and white supremacy and all this other stuff, like, it's really insulting.
Yeah.
As a white person.
That's how they are.
I mean, because I think we can all admit every race has bad people.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's not the entire race of people.
Of course not. But that's what's been prepared. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna tell this to black people out there that are on that side. You keep demonizing white people. We are the majority. You're gonna see what happens very soon or very quickly when you continue to label us all as white supremacists. You're gonna get what you're asking for, and you won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
You keep going down that path. It's the same with black people. For the longest time, they said you're a violent group of people, and that's all that's been perpetuated time and time again. And I get how that's unjustified. But then after a while, when they continue calling you a monster, you turn into that monster because like, I'm tired of this. So you start fighting back. You become what they call you in a sense. Not really, but you get where I'm going with that. It'll be the same for white people. We keep getting demonized as we're white supremacists. You're Nazis. Like, you know what? When it comes down to it, if that's what you want, then let's fucking Rochambeau and do this because I'm sick and tired of it. When at heart, it's them being racist. It's them being the exact same things they're accusing us of being. So it's like, it's kind of like when they walk up and they grab your hand and say, stop hitting yourself. And then you just punch them in the fucking face. I said you were violent because you were hitting me first. Like this, this is how stupid it is. So it still blows my mind that they can sit there and say like, hey, even though we're in inflation with a recession, we're creating jobs. No, you're not.
I know.
Somebody put fucking Oscar the Grouch in the White House. He could do a 10 times better job.
Maybe, I don't know. Most of Sesame Street is pretty woke now.
Yeah, pretty gay. Yeah. Marine Corps comes out with this picture.
Numbers.
These numbers are rooted in white supremacy, but it was a black guy that got them. They're still white supremacy. Everything's white supremacy.
The count is purple.
The count is purple. He's a purple racist. 1, 2, 3 bigots. 1, 2, 3, 4 gallons. $4 per gas. These people are unhinged, dude. They're unhinged. And the common American's the one that suffers the most. Oh, God. We need a revolution.
Yeah.
Vive la révolution, hein? Bring back the guillotine, Let's go out there and boot hot poker or something. Kister, We are going to spit roast the Pelosi. Boop.
Like how the new European flag just dropped their pride flag.
Oh, God. Hey, happy Pride Month. It's about to get gay as fuck around here. Oh, good Lord.
Well, they included the Ukrainian flag.
I saw that, yes. So we're just being inclusive of everybody. It's like, wait. The same country that has Nazis in it that are fighting in their military, you people are the dumbest group of morons I have ever seen in my entire life.
Did you hear the news? We made it to the pride flag. Things are turning.
We are on the gay pride flag in the. I don't know why my Nazis are French all of a sudden. Whatever. I know that was German. We're going to be on the gay pride flag. We will do the Sieg Heil, but like a Sieg He. It's like, it's like you do the Hitler salute with the limp wrists.
We're with you. We're winning now.
We are winning this war, but we look fabulous doing it. No. This goose stepping will be enlarged. Your ankles are too soft. You need to strengthen them just a little bit. There you go. Jesse, what are you doing? Your medals don't even look polished. This is bullshit. Hail, mein Daddy Hitler. Springtime for Hitler in Germany. Dude, you gotta laugh. You just have to laugh. Otherwise, I'm gonna paint the wall with my fucking brains. Oh, look, Picasso.
Yeah, we're celebrating homosexuals.
Yeah, hey, let's just
Ukraine support. We'll just mash them together.
It's good though, because I think a lot of people on social media are starting to push back on this Gay Pride Month. Because look, you've got equality. You've got it. Now stop. It's enough. It's too much. You're turning people against you at this point. And you know, I'm here for it. I'm sick of it. The organization, not the actual gay people, because there's a lot of great fucking people out there.
Yeah, obviously.
But nobody gives a shit about your sexuality. But you want them to give a shit because that's the only thing in your life that actually makes you feel different and special. Because we've all got to be unique little sugar cubes. Like everybody's a little bit different. I have a little sugar. I mean, some of you have a lot of sugar in your cube. I get that. That's fine. I don't give a fuck what you do with that. But still, the point is, it's like, hey guys, it's Straight Pride Month. Nobody cares.
Straight Pride Month.
Nobody cares. Like, get over it. Get over it. Get over it. You're making fun of my battalion? These colors don't run. They put it in your butt.
Store this between your cheeks.
Store this between your booty cheeks. We will come back and inspect this for later. Biden administration officials have recently sought to shift the blame to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Yet Biden's approval rating is at a near record low 6 months before voters head to the polls in the 2022 midterm elections. Republicans who have made a near constant issue of inflation could be poised to retake the House and Senate. Oh, dear Lord, please let this happen. Please let this. We need this. Because I think we need 4 years of Biden. I stand corrected. We can only handle 2. Dude, we cannot get another 2 years of this. We can't
handle 25 minutes of it.
This guy's a moron.
As soon as he got in office, he started laying people off.
I'm telling you. It's like, I'm here to create jobs. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Like, what the shit nuggets? Like,
crack
that's not the way.
For everybody.
Yeah, crack pipes and drug kits. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, we actually didn't.
Iran deal. Let's send them some more pellets. Money.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's import baby formula from these other places. That's just
Where's the furthest place from us? Let's get it from there.
Speaking of that, Biden admits he did not realize seriousness of infant formula shortage soon enough. Oh, really? Because in the press brief he did, he said, "Oh, we've been tracking this for a while, man,
since February."
So now you're saying you weren't? You're a liar. Dude, look at this guy. He's like what, 80? I want to break his fucking face. I just want to hit him. I want to hit him so fucking hard. What a piece of shit. What a piece. I get now why Democrats hated Trump so much. Some of it was justified. A lot of it wasn't. But with this guy, it's completely justified.
He's a complete douchebag.
I'm just enjoying, though, how liberals are like literally top hat and cane, and they are doing the biggest dance ever trying to defend this clown. Like, you're just sitting there just tap dancing around all these facts. Hey, what about inflation? Oh, that wasn't Biden. That was Trump. Tap, 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 tap. Look at me do this magic trick. No. I want to talk about inflation. No. I want to talk about this growing recession. I want to talk about oil, gas prices. I want to talk about the proxy war with Russia. Hey, pick a card, any card. Oh, by the way, Johnny Depp won his trial. Cool, nobody fucking cares. I want to talk about this.
Yeah, I know.
I don't give a shit about that. And then Amber Heard comes out. There's like, what? We can't say what we want in America? No, bitch. That's called libel. You can't. I don't know how you don't fucking understand that. You dumb cunt. But that was her trying to say, oh, I thought this was America. It is. And they're called laws. You don't get to slander people.
That's right.
Anyway, don't fucking care about that. But everybody and their mom's like, oh, this sets a precedence that women, they're trying to be. I just don't fucking care. Nobody gives a shit. These are million. I don't care. I don't care.
Do you think anybody other than Johnny Depp would be able to have that type of trial?
Fuck no.
And get that same type of result?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Ask Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh, yeah, right? No. He's a Republican. He doesn't count.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp even said he wanted to assassinate Trump.
Yeah. I mean,
and the people loved him for it. So it's like, yeah, as long as you are on the tyranny by the majority side, you're good to go.
Yeah,
You're covered.
I could care less about their love life because at the end of the day,
couldn't care less. You uneducated peasant. Oh my God, I can't even with you, Josh. I can't even with you.
Oh my God.
I'm on one today. We're both on one today. He says, I don't think anybody anticipated the impact of the shutdown in one facility. Biden said to you. People, oh, dude.
Come on.
Come on.
Who do you think you are?
Where do you get off? You're telling me.
Don't make me call Alec. He'll shoot you right in the fucking face. He's done it for less.
He has.
He's killed people for less.
He has. He doesn't give a shit. Men, women, children, he don't give a fuck. You mean you said you didn't anticipate the shutting down? It wasn't just one facility. I think it was like 3, they said. But your time is like, yeah, these are major production facilities. They produce a lot of formula. I'm like, I just don't have the energy to do this anymore. Because it's just one of those things like, have you seen what Biden did today? It's like, no, but I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not. It doesn't surprise me. This guy, it's like whatever situation we're facing, whatever the wrong decision is, just assume he's going to go ahead and make that decision. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, you could report on it like a couple weeks early.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's going to do.
100%.
Whatever the wrong decision is, that's the one.
That's the one. Let's get the gay Nazis in here for Pride Month. Springtime for Hitler. Sandman lawyer, Nick Sandman, the kid that basically took CNN to court and won, who was the guy that they essentially smeared all over social media as being a white supremacist because he wore a Make America Great Again hat, where this Native American fake little bitch went up in his face, and he just apparently, like, Sandman was being racist, and all he did was just smile. Anyway, Sandman lawyer joins Rittenhouse team, says Zuckerberg at top target for numerous solid lawsuits. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I want you to take this guy to court, bend him over the jury stand, pull those pants down, and give this guy the butt raping he deserves. Please, for the love of God, do this. I don't care if you squeeze $1 out of this prick. I just want to see him on the international stage getting butt raped in front of the entire world for the shit that he... And that's the thing. Zuckerberg sits there and talks about, like, these guys get away with fucking murder. Murder. Mm-hmm. You admit you donated millions to the DNC. You admit you meddled. They admitted they had meddled in this election. They admit, but we're not going to do it anymore. You still did it.
Yeah.
But then you allow shit like this smearing innocent men, women, and children, and that's perfectly acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? But you're still protected by the government, and that's bullshit. That's not capitalism. That's corporatism, and it's wrong.
Oh, yeah. It goes across the board. I mean, look at that Sussman's trial, man. Like, this guy, he's blatantly...
Bullshit.
Blatantly guilty. Mm-hmm. And then one of the jurors came out and was like, I think there's more pressing issues than someone lying to the FBI. I was like, are you kidding me?
Really?
Say that to General Michael Flynn. Mm-hmm. That guy whose life was destroyed by the United States government.
Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why they hate you.
And honestly, I'm surprised that nobody really stepped in for that guy.
A lot of people tried. I remember there were a lot of people that tried.
I think Trump really should have stepped in there.
Yeah, I do too.
And done something because his first attorney was like, he was on that. It was one of Obama's administrators was on that law firm. Yeah. So she wasn't.
There was a conflict of interest. Yeah.
So she had him pleading guilty, and it wasn't until God, I can't remember the lady's name who stepped in and got him acquitted. Yeah. Of all charges, but as soon as it just that whole thing. Yeah, is ridiculous. But I think right now he might be suing them.
I hope he is. I mean, he justifiably should. They smeared him all across the board. They should.
You know who loses again in that whole thing?
We do. Yeah, because who's paying them?
Us.
The federal government.
That's right.
Yep.
So not only did they take all that time prosecuting this guy,
wasting all that money,
wasting all that money, like them spending $30 million is
insane.
It's like us going to the store and spending $30.
Oh, I can't afford that right now. Gas is through the roof.
It's like putting 1 gallon of gas in your car.
Oh no, and I know this is no laughing matter. It really dawned on me the other day how bad the average American is suffering, because I'm in the gas station. I think I was getting a Red Bull or some shit like that. And this lady walks up and she literally is telling the lady at the cashier, she's like, I need $3 for gas. I'm just like, $3? That's it? But then it hits me. It's like, no, she's not even getting a gallon of gas. $3. That's all she's got to get a gallon of gas. It wasn't a gallon. It was less than a gallon.
Yeah. That's
holy fuck. When have you ever seen that?
I know, man.
When have you ever seen, not in the fact of like, I'm just not going to fill up my tank fully, I'm just going to put 20 in it. I'm talking $3.
That's
I'm
incredibly sad.
It's horrifying. And it shouldn't be this way. It didn't have to be this way. Great job, liberals. You rigged an election. You put a moron in there.
Yeah, it's just completely destroying the middle to lower income families.
It's not the rich. The rich are fine. They're protected. They're good. They've got the money. It's the middle class. That's who's getting hit the hardest. It's like, good luck from getting, like, because here's the fucked up part about it. The lower end poverty class does not want to go to the middle class, because if they do, they're going to get knocked right the fuck back down. Because as soon as you make that transition in that tax bracket, you're fucked. It's like, well, you're going right back down. Middle class, it's like you got the lower class. They're like at the bottom of the ocean. They're there, but they can breathe. They're just like, we're just swimming around. We're getting all the flakes. They're dropping down from the top. We're okay. It sucks. It's not great. Then there's a middle class that we're up and down, like within the ocean, like trying to keep our nose above the water and stay above, to where we're treading water. We're swimming on our own. We don't need government help. Then there's the rich way up in the ivory tower, just like throwing the flakes down, but we don't get to touch it. Like you got to swim all on your own. It's the middle class that suffers the most on this.
I know.
And it's stupid. Rittenhouse lawyer says he's confident there are 10 to 15 solid cases against large defendants. The lawyer who represented Covington Catholic student Nicholas Sandmann during his defamation cases has joined Kyle Rittenhouse's legal team. Dude, this guy is going to make some money. Good for him.
Yeah.
Has joined Kyle Rittenhouse's legal team and says there will be at least 10 defamation lawsuits, prominent figures, and companies for comments against the teenager. He says, I've been hired to head the effort to determine whom to sue, when to sue, where to sue. Todd McGurthy, who now represents Rittenhouse, told Fox News Digital in a phone interview Thursday morning. He says, we're going to look at everything that's been said, determine which of those comments are legally actionable, and proceed from there. McMurtry said it's pretty much assured that there's probably 10 to 15 solid cases against large defendants. Rittenhouse was charged with 2 counts of homicide, 1 count of attempted homicide, and other charges after fatally shooting 2 men and injuring during the Kenosha riots of 2020. He was ultimately acquitted of all charges in November of last year after testifying he acted in self-defense. Through the legal process for potential defamation cases is just the beginning, McCurdy said out to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Though the legal process for potential defamation cases is just beginning, McCurdy singled out Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook for a fully false designation on the platform that listed the Kenosha shootings as a mass murder incident. The designation resulted in Rittenhouse social media accounts being pulled down and restrictive positive comments about the teenager. Let's just use, for example, what Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg said about Rittenhouse. They said he was involved in a mass murder incident. McCurdy explained that was not a mass murder incident. It was clearly factually false. To call somebody a mass murderer is seriously defamatory. And then to use the power of social media to basically censor any views that would take opposition to that mass murder statement is a serious effort to destroy his character. And it was seriously mistaken and seriously defamatory. He's 100% right. Outrage erupted after Facebook and Instagram designated the shooting during the Kenosha riots as a mass murder incident before a trial or verdict, with the Wall Street Journal's editorial board arguing in 2020 that such a designation hurt the teenager's shot at due process and called the move an alarming resort to censorship. This is true. Meta, Facebook's parent company, ultimately reinstated Kyle Rittenhouse's social media accounts after his acquittal last year and lifted other restrictions. McMurtry added that Zuckerberg is certainly going to be at the top of your list when examining what potentially false statements are legally actionable because he has an outsized voice. Facebook has an outsized voice that can do a lot of damage as compared to somebody maybe who has a small blog with 100 subscribers. We're going to look at everything that we have access to and that's been published and decide which ones are actionable, he added. Please, for the love of God, if you know this lawyer, if you listen to this podcast, if you can tolerate my annoying voice with the words fuck every other word, please, I am begging you. Like, if I could get the camera shot in angle, you would see me begging you right now. Please sue the fuck out of The View. Please. Will you crucify Joy Behar, please? Will you just sue the fuck out of that cunt? Like, I'm begging you. Ruin her life. Her and Whoopi. Just destroy them. I'm like, please. I'll give you $25. I think that's fair.
25
bucks. 30 if you're lucky.
And a 25% discount
to Shell Shock CBD. I will send you Shell Shock CBD products. All right. I will do what I got to do to make this. Please, for the love of God, would you sue that cunt? I'm begging you. This woman is so unhinged. This woman is so stupid. This is what happens when you let fat, middle-aged, stupid little cows that don't know anything about the real world. They live in the elite world. They're not touched by inflation. They're fine. Mm-hmm. When you give them a microphone and you expect them to be the voice of the people, they're the voice of the middle-aged, overweight, ignorant woman. Most of them being fucking fat housewives that have never held a job. And you sit there and you want to just get the fuck out of her. Oh, my God.
Cackling hens.
Just a bunch of, oh, my God. McMurdy represented Nicholas Salmon after the media lambasted him over confrontation in the 2019 March for Life in Washington, D.C., resulting in numerous settlements with media companies such as NBC, Universal, CNN, and the Washington Post. Hell yeah. Sue those motherfuckers. All right, in a memoir, Hunter Biden's ex-wife reveals how she learned about affair with sister-in-law, and it's titled No More Secrets. The crack pipe is out. Kathleen Buell's memoir says daughter's therapist told her about Hunter Biden's affair with brother's Beau's widow. What a piece of shit. Your brother dies from cancer and you're banging his wife, his widow, while you're married? In her new memoir, If We Break, a memoir of marriage, addiction, and healing, Hunter Biden's ex-wife, Kathleen Buell, detailed her early relationship with her former husband and their divorce, saying her daughters found out about his affair with his brother's Beau's widow after finding his phone. According to an excerpt of Buell's book, her daughters discovered text messages on their father's phone with Haley Biden, Beau's widow. Buell drove to their therapist's house after receiving a distress call from one daughter asking her to come there. With one daughter there and one on speakerphone, their therapist, Debbie, was asked to break the news to Buell about the affair. Can you tell her? We can't do it. One daughter said to Debbie, according to an excerpt of their memoir published in People magazine. Buell wrote that Debbie looked her in the eye and said, Hunter's having an affair with Haley. She described watching her daughter's face relax after they told her the news. If anything, I felt a strange vindication. Not only had I not been crazy, but it was so much worse than I could have imagined. I was shocked, but not heartbroken. Heartbreak had already flattened my self-esteem that past year, Buell said, according to the excerpt. Debbie told Buell that they had called Hunter and told him that they knew about the affair. Buell said that it was a relief that there were no more secrets. She also detailed the relationship between the two following the death of Beau. Hunter spent a lot of time with Haley after the funeral, she wrote. After Buell found a crack pipe in it. I'm sorry. It's just, you think Hunter Biden, you think crack pipe, but it just confirms it. It's like, anything you can smoke, I can smoke better. I can smoke crack better than you. No, I can't.
How disturbing, yes, I can. How disturbing is it that this guy has kids?
Dude.
I mean, imagine that family.
Those kids, I feel bad for them.
I mean, that whole Biden family, man, is just total disgusting.
Scum. After Buell found a crack pipe and an ashtray, she made Hunter move out. She detailed her own kind of addiction, which consisted of watching Biden's every move in terms of credit card charges. He told her that he was healthy and sober. I don't want to admit to myself or anyone else how unhealthy our relationship had become, so my struggle was just one more secret, Buell wrote. People asked her about the Justice Department investigation into his finances and business affairs, and Buell said, whether or not I'm questioned, I couldn't be of any help. I kept my head so deeply buried in the sand on our finances. In the memoir, she wrote, he started many ventures, a real estate investment fund, then a technology company. I didn't understand any of it, or what the piece of his business actually generated income for us. I worried that we lived above our means, but I did nothing to change it. The way Hunter and I handled money was that whenever I needed any, I called Hunter. More than once my debit card was declined at a store, I'd have to call Hunter to transfer money into my account. Hunter and I drove nice cars and had a beautiful home, but we were running fast on that hamster wheel and barely staying on. Biden's ex-wife also wrote that following Joe Biden and Barack Obama's victory in 2008, a Secret Service agent visited their home and said that Hunter and their 3 daughters would have Secret Service details assigned to them. Buell, however, did not have agents assigned to her, which she said felt like one frequent reminder I wasn't a true Biden. When she first met Hunter, she said he tried to tell her that he came from a middle-class family, the excerpt said. After going to his house, she told Hunter, a kid from a middle-class family does not have a ballroom. Following her divorce in 2017, Buell was diagnosed with colon cancer. She is now 4 years cancer-free. Good for her. Buell's new memoir, If We Break, a memoir of marriage, addiction, and healing, is set to be released on June 14th. Whew. These people are nuts. Dude, these people are nuts. That's crazy. You are banging your brother's widow.
And he has kids.
And he has kids.
That's... I mean, I don't know what's more disturbing. The fact that he's got children. She should consider herself lucky that she wasn't a real Biden, a true Biden.
Yeah, good point.
She said,
you got out of there, girl. That probably saved your life.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the last name you'd want to have.
Oh, my God.
I mean, luckily he had all those Burisma deals and China deals and Russia deals going on. Plus, he just sold a painting for $500,000. I mean...
They should be good.
They should be all right.
Should be good. A Biden, a crackhead. A crackhead sold a painting for $500,000.
Hey, honey, have you seen my crack pipe? I keep misplacing it.
Oh, my God.
My memory is failing me.
Exclusive. Florida State Health Agency issues report called Challenging Science of Transgenderism. It's about time. The state of Florida is set to issue a formal report questioning the science behind gender-affirming care for people who believe they are transgender. Breitbart News exclusively obtained a 45-page report on Thursday, complete by Florida Medicaid and requested by the Secretary of the Agency for Health and Care Administration, which oversees Florida's Medicaid program. In consultation with several experts, the report includes that sex reassignment surgeries, puberty blockers, and cross-sex hormone treatments for people with gender dysphoria are not proven as safe or effective treatments and are experimentational and investigational. Studies presented the benefits to mental health, including those claiming that the services prevent suicide, are either low or very quality and rely on, or very low quality and rely on unreliable methods such as surveys and retrospective analysis, both of which are cross-sectional and highly biased. Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, vaccines. Oh. There it is. There it is.
That's right.
Oh, my God. Hey, here's some good news. Woke NASCAR apologizes to the LGBT community after Texas Governor Greg Abbott waves a green flag at an event.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why are all you gay people so fucking easily triggered? It's a green flag. If this dude doesn't want to wave a rainbow flag, who fucking cares? Oh, that's right, because you want people forced into celebrating what you want. Again, this went beyond acceptance and tolerance. Now you're demanding celebration. Get fucked. This is why more people are hating the LGBT, to including LGBT members, saying, I'm leaving this community. I want nothing to do with it. NASCAR of all places. Oh, my God. Once NASCAR falls, we're fucked.
Hey, man. Did we talk about Gay Pride Day?
Jim Bob over there said that you were waving green flag. Now, that ain't going to happen here, okay? You're going to raise that gay flag. You're going to do it. You're going to do it with pride. And them overalls look beautiful on you, Bob. I'm telling you right now. You got your eyes are sparkling like fucking lake on a Tuesday evening out there in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, let's get a look at that big old penis of yours. Happy Gay Pride Month. That's what I'm going to talk about.
Hey, Bill, you got some real estate on your bumper there for this pride sticker?
Yeah, I got a pride sticker on the truck on that bad boy there.
Yeah, just, I
call me Jim Bob, the gay redneck.
From NASCAR.
Oh, dude, after the whole freaking incident with the fake news with Bubba Wallace or whatever that douchebag's name is, we'll call him Juicy 2.0. After that little douchebag, oh my God, I found a noose. You really did? Like, well, it's about as big as my finger. That's not a, what is this, a noose for ants? You serious? Like, the country, this is what social media has created. Dipshits like this can make these most outlandish claims. You're like, what? What? But because people want to be allies, anytime a gay black person says, hey, I was downtown Chicago getting a Subway sandwich at 2 o'clock in the morning, and these two white guys in a predominantly black area of Chicago where there are people getting shot, you're telling me they were walking around with MAGA hats, a noose, and a thing of bleach. What? That's like, what? Huh. That's like some guys say, you know what? We're going to go downtown South Dallas, which is the ghetto area, and we're going to wear a bunch of Klan hoods, and we're going to see what happens. What?
You know.
Just
have a spontaneous 2 a.m. meet.
Exactly. Which the statement in and of itself, though, which is so funny because people I don't think did the dive on this. The reason it wasn't believable because even like Dave Chappelle was like, we knew it was lying. You knew he was lying because if there was 2 white guys walking downtown Chicago with MAGA hats on, they'd have gotten their asses kicked, which is also indicative of, black violence. Oh, but we couldn't say that because if we do, well, then the whole narrative switches from racist white people to very violent black people, but we can't say that.
I know. Yeah, it kind of goes back to the same thing, too. Like, let's say there are racist people walking around whatever color. That doesn't give anybody else the right to go up and assault them.
Fuck no.
Unless they physically attack
you have the right to be racist. That is your right. It doesn't mean I agree with it.
No, absolutely.
I mean, because look at half the black liberals and white liberals out there. They're racist as fuck.
Oh, super racist. It's crazy.
I hope LeBron James gets sued, by the way, by Rittenhouse. I do because LeBron, Ritten.
That guy's got a massive following.
LeBron James is one of the stupidest people I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think he's like the most disliked NBA player.
I think so, yeah. He was attending some event and the crowd started chanting Jordan is better. Like they're turning on him. They're turning on him hard.
Kobe Bryant was better.
In my
opinion.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I'd say personally, but Kobe Bryant, didn't he also like have a lot of rape charges levied at him?
Like one.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know.
One is all it takes. I would just say it.
It had something to do with anal.
Oh. Well, I don't know anything about that. I just heard it. And it's like, it was a thing that we had when I was on the trail. One of my drill buddies was kind of like, it's like sex with Kobe Bryant. It's going to happen. I was like, oh my God. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen.
I mean, and this is kind of being accused about this stuff. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
NASCAR issues an apology Wednesday for recent actions that are not aligned with its mission after Texas Governor Greg Abbott waved a green flag ahead of last week's All-Star race at Texas Motor Speedway. What does the green flag represent? What is this flag? The world-famous auto racing and operation company headquarters in Daytona Beach, Florida, marked the first day of LGBT Pride Month with a unique version of the pride flag along with a message apologizing for actions it deemed uncharacteristic of its mission. Your mission is to drive fast cars and shut the fuck up.
Go fast.
Look at this. Look at this gay shit right here. As we celebrate LGBTQ, blah, 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 before we remain steadfast in our commitment. What the fuck is this trans shit? This is what's going to kill you. It's what's like, what is this? This is like some gay Picasso shit. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you're going to look at the tweet NASCAR tweeted out June 1st, 2022. It's literally the pride flag with a checker flag, Happy Pride Month, and then you got the trans shit there at the top. I'm telling you, that trans shit's going to sink your boat. It's going to sink your boat. But hey, go ahead. I'm here for it.
These people, man.
They're disgusting.
If you go on Twitter and people talk about Greg Abbott, the first thing they do is insult the fact that he's in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And then you call them out on it. They'll give you the little clip of Donald Trump, like when he was talking about the one guy with, I don't know, cerebral palsy.
Oh, doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so that's your go-to?
That's your that's your justification of this?
As long as you disagree with the person, it's okay to make fun of their disability or their race or their gender or their appearance or whatever.
100%.
That's fine. I mean,
as long as you don't align with their narrative, then they can do whatever that they accuse you of doing towards you.
It's all on the table. They could be racist. Yeah. They could be homophobic.
Yeah.
Xenophobic.
Call black people that are conservatives all types of racist rhetoric. Yeah. Oh, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
What's his face? Who's the guy? The Larry Elder running for governor in California. He was an Uncle Tom.
Oh, yeah.
The white face, the black face of
black face of white supremacy, which just makes perfect sense. Oh.
I mean, all that stuff, man. If people can't hear that, especially like if you're a Democrat, then I don't know that you're ever going to get it.
No, they won't. They choose not to.
Like if you're sitting there and you're like, Donald Trump is a racist.
You even have like gay members out there saying, this is Chad Felix Green, who's apparently part of the LGBT. He says he retweeted the NASCAR shit and said, this is just getting silly. Laughing pathetically, wrote conservative radio host Steve Deese. People on here triggered that a politician was allowed to be at a race in a red state and wave the green flag need to grow up, wrote Curtis Huck of Media Research Center. People who don't vote as you shouldn't be forced into either caving or being silenced. 100%. Harmy tweeted out, woke NASCAR, what the fuck? What's next? Woke MMA? Oh, God. Oh, my God, it's coming. Go woke, go broke. You people will never learn. I agree. Let them. Oh, in the Marine Corps. Good job, Marines. Normally, I can expect this from the Navy. This is the gayest shit I've ever seen. The U.S. Marines tweeted out, throughout June, the USMC takes pride in recognizing and honoring the contributions of our LGBT service members. Okay, so when are straight guys going to get honored? We're all for equality and inclusivity, but fuck straight people, right? Oh, that's right, because they're not special. Gotcha.
Got it.
Throughout June, the USMC fostering an environment free from discrimination and defend the values of treating all equally with dignity and respect. And they got a picture of a Marine Corps helmet, the old Vietnam style with some current camouflage on it. It says proud to serve. And the rounds in the back are all rainbow colored. China's fucking laughing at us.
Yeah.
China's like, ooh, that's pretty gay.
I would imagine any army laughing at it.
100%.
Could you imagine being in the military and be like, hey, Bill, put this helmet on. Where's your pride patch?
I can't shoot him. He's gorgeous. Oh, good Lord. Have you seen him? His boots? Oh, my God. I'm not doing that. He's styling and profiling. Is he one of those Ukrainian gay Nazis I've been hearing about? I'm going to semper all over his spine.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine these two like meeting out on the battlefield and they're just like standing off at each other? Just like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Wait, is that? No. Is that a rainbow swastika? Oh, my God. Halt. Who goes there? And tell me, where did you get your hair done? It looks so beautiful. And then the two soldiers meet on the battlefield.
His eyebrows are so sculpted.
That is a very powerful weapon you have in your hands there.
Is it loaded?
Is it between your legs, I wish to get inspected very closely. Careful, it might go off.
Looks like the Air Force is joining as well.
It doesn't surprise me. They're all going to do it. All the military branches are going to do it because that's what we have to do now. We have to be gay. Everybody's gay, 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 gay. I saw a bunch of the military meme community changing their profile pictures to rainbow, and I love the fact that they're doing it now to just patronize these idiots. Like, fuck yes. I'm thinking about doing it for me. Just like put the rainbow thing just to make people laugh. But I know there's going to be a bunch of followers like, oh my God. It's like, it's a fucking joke, bro. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. All right. We'll skip that. I don't give a fuck about that one. Last but most certainly not least, and this is the greatest thing ever. You remember Michael Avenatti, who represented Stormy Daniels in the Trump thing, that whole fiasco? How the savior of the Democratic Party has fallen. Michael Avenatti receives 4 years in prison for defrauding Stormy Daniels of nearly $300,000.
He's going to get a pride lesson.
Yes, you are. Come here, little lawyer. I got some in my pants for you. It's called sugar. You're going to get some of that.
Little Avenatti.
Little Avenatti in the butt. Yep. Michael Avenatti was sentenced to 4 years in prison by a federal judge on Thursday for being found guilty of defrauding pornographic film actress Stormy Daniels of nearly $300,000 over her book about alleged affair with former President Donald Trump. Avenatti was required to attend his sentencing in person at a Manhattan federal court, the Associated Press reported. The tarnished lawyer was convicted by a jury on February 4th for charges of wire fraud and aggravated identity theft in connection with cheating Daniels out of nearly $300,000 in proceeds from her book. Full disclosure, Breitbart News reported at the time the book deal was worth an $800,000 payout. Oh, you don't say. You're telling me you're coming out here with a how I fucked Donald Trump and, you're doing this because you have a good conscience? No. No. You got paid, bitch. You got paid, slut. That's what happens.
The same guy that kept telling Trump he was going to go to jail.
No, I know. Look at that. Trump's just creating more and more jobs. It's great.
I might be inclined if I was Trump to go and visit him in prison.
Oh, my God.
Set that up and
send him a cake.
Yeah.
Send him a cake. Hope all is well.
A carton of Cools.
Oh,
like, here you go.
Make prison great again.
Make prison great again.
Oh, my God. That would be the best thing ever. Trump just goes and visits. So it looks like your cell is pretty, could use a few walls. You know what I'm talking about there, Avenatti. It's going to be really painful for you, so I got you some Make America lubed again. Protection for your butthole. You're going to be needing it, trust me. I know there are a few things, folks. It's going to happen. By the way, I did fuck Stormy Daniels. But you can't prove that now, can you, bitch?
It does look like a mushroom.
By the way, happy Pride Month. You're going to need it. When the disgraced lawyer was found guilty of the extortion attempt in February 2020, his former client Daniel stated in an Instagram post that the verdict revealed Avenatti's true character. I bet she fucked him.
Stormy Daniels?
Oh, fuck. I think she fucked Avenatti.
Well, I mean...
He was all like, I'll give you a 25% discount if you let me discount your vagina.
She's actually, doesn't play a whore on television, but she's actually a whore in real life.
There you go. Remember, I think it was LA or some gave her the keys to the city. Remember that? It's like she was the hero that was going to take down Trump. That didn't work out for you. That was funny.
These people were
yeah.
How much... He had... hours and hours logged on CNN.
Yeah.
Like this guy was if you didn't know any better, you'd think he had his own show. He was on there so much.
Yeah. He was the red hot DNC firebrand that was going to be the one to take down Trump. And man, that blew up in their face.
That dipshit Brian Stelter was just like, "You gonna run for president?
Oh my God.
Can I be your coffee boy? Michael,
can I touch your penis while you rub my bald head like a little fat man?
Let's rub our bald heads together."
What a douche. That was so funny though. Like just to see the rise and fall of the DNC lawyer. Just oh my God.
I mean, it's just poetic justice.
It is. It really is. Like, and I'm here for it. Like it's so great. Well, folks, make sure you check out the new YouTube channel right here. There is the link. Go give it a follow because we're going to be streaming on that platform from here on out because, again, if they eventually ban it, and they probably will, we don't lose much. But it's another place for you to actually watch this. Don't forget to share the episodes on SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all the platforms you got out there. Give it a listen. And, hey, don't forget, it's $29.99 for a bag of 30 Halo Delta 8 gummies on shellshockcbd.com. That runs through the month of June. We got some great deals for you there. And if you become a subscriber on the site, you get 10% off of all products, and you can get access to back-end great, wonderful bundle deals that normal people don't get access to. That's only if you become a subscriber on shellshockcbd.com. We appreciate your love and support. Hey, bottom of my heart, if this episode made you laugh, if us talking about this put a smile on your face, whatever, share the episode. Help us out. Help us spread our voices out there. We really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Can't thank you enough. Yeah, I think so, man.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening. Check me out on Twitter at Sergeant Savage and Instagram at John Burke11B, John Burke 11 Bravo. And then look up John Savage on Facebook. That's my private account there where you can give me a follow because they shut down my main one. So fuck Facebook, you bunch of gay fascists. Until tomorrow, we will talk to y'all later. You have a wonderful day. And as always, you stay savage, America.